Yo, what up, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we'll be reacting to Kendrick Lamar's latest album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Now, I hope you had an opportunity to listen to this album for yourself, man, because it's an album that I feel we've been waiting. We've been waiting since Damn, and I think Damn, when Damn came out, I was still like in college. I like 2016, 2017, and damn, the brother waited 5 years before releasing another project. That's amazing. But I really hope you had the time to listen to the album. Due to copyrights, I can't really play a lot of the music. I can't a lot, but I can't actually play any of the music because yeah, they'll be taken down. What I'm gonna go with is just give you guys a breakdown of what I thought of the album, song by song, and then we can have a discussion in the comment section. So the album starts with a song called "United in Grief," and the gist of it is I grieve different, and it takes you through. For me, it's like the first song, so that was like, oh, okay, Lama is back. It's a very interesting intro to his music, and but it reminds me, I first became a fan of Kendrick during Good Kid, Mad City. And ever since then, his albums have not been the same. I remember when To Pimp a Butterfly came out, I was super disappointed because I expected Good Kid, Mad City, like after songs like Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe, to go into King Kunta. That was left field, so I was not expecting that. And then when we moved from that and we got into Damn, it's like he went through this whole level whereby artistically he just became a different artist, which then takes us to this album, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, which now the sense that you now know what to expect from Kendrick. I don't feel like in this album he changed or he became a bigger or a different type of artist. I feel like his artistry remains the same because he's mastered that. And the music now is just Kendrick. Like, this is a Kendrick type of album. And the one thing that I like about his music is you don't really get a lot of like pop hits. I don't know, maybe some will come out and they'll find a way of making them pop. But most of the songs, they're conscious songs with deep meaning. Just from a quick listen today, because I was listening to the album the whole day, one of the songs that picked up for me was Father Time. In this one, he mainly talks about growing up without a father, the essence of men who grow up without fathers, how they also have daddy issues, how they wish there was somebody who was in your life who would have told you that they loved you, who would have told you times to man up, who would have told you all that, and how you go around searching for that love, searching for that love, be it from women, be it from whoever, because that's something that's always been lacking in your life. And without anybody there to tell you that they love you in the way that a father could, and just how much respect should be given to men who actually have to grow up on their own. One part of that song that really touched me is the part where he said, we learn to be a man hidden by being gangster, and it's crazy how a lot of times guys will be like, oh, I'm just being gangster. Being gangster means I'm being tough. Being gangster means I'm standing up. Being gangster means I'm facing up to the situations that I'm facing. And I like how Kendrick just touches upon that and highlights that. It's like one of those things that happen, but we never really talk about them. Like, oh, you were thinking that, Another song that picked out for me was Auntie Diaries. My auntie is a man now, and then they're not in the bed now. It's like, yo, bro, it's crazy. And then how his cousin is a girl now, and how his cousin, when it comes to the LGBTQ community, it's crazy how we live in a time and we live in societies that have this discrimination upon people to whereby people are super afraid to be themselves around even their family. And I come from such a country where, it's looked down upon, and it's not something that families really are ready and know how to comprehend when you have someone who's a member of this. So a lot of people have to hide their sexuality, and it's sad, but that's the society and culture that I grew up within. So when I listen to Kendrick and he's like, oh yeah, this is what happened to my cousin, and then when we became kids and people were making jokes, the jokes were not funny for the kid, but people kept making jokes for him, and how sad that is, and how for him now he realizes the mistakes that he made, and and I like how he ends the song to whereby he's like, yo, I can't use the F word, but then if I want to use the F word, I have to be okay with the white lady using the N word. He's like, ooh, that's too much, bro. But that's what I feel like true artistry is about. It's about questioning and leaving people with a question from your art. Like, wow, should we be calling other people names when we don't want to be called names? And then another song that touched me. So what we'll do is just go through all the songs and just touch on them a little bit, starting with United in Grief. That's just how you start an album, man. Like, regardless of how you feel about anybody, starts out with those choirs and then he just goes into that I grieve different. And it's crazy how we actually all grieve different. A lot of times with Kendrick songs, man, you cannot listen to it in one day and have an interpretation of the whole album. I feel like when it comes out, your appreciation is just of the art hitting you. We back outside, man. No more wearing masks. Hey, but hey, they still don't want us to be free. This one hit me different. I wasn't expecting Kodak Black on the album, but still, his interlude is crazy and funny as well. Yeah. This one reminds me of the Caesar song on Die Hard, the Caesar song that he did. And like in terms of the rhythm and the melodies that they used. Yeah. Then we moved into Father Time. Yeah, it's just about yeah, they use the N word, the real ends need therapy, and then it's like, nah, I don't need therapy, fam. You need therapy. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. And then we have another interlude and Rich Spirit. Oh yeah, another song that pops up for me that I want to speak about was "We Cry Together." This one you have to go listen for yourself. But it's sad how relationships work out, especially amongst African Americans, and eh, that dynamic it leaves me with a smile on my face. But how toxic that situation can be is just ridiculous, and how it's been allowed to survive, and it's crazy how it boils over to not even just being African Americans, but put it even in African relationships whereby it's like, yo, this is the most toxic thing I've seen, but those people just stay together and they fight it off. And that's the other thing that I feel like Kendrick, I don't know how. Well, the thing is, you can also see how because he grew up in the culture, but how he's still in tune with it to be able to come up with a song like "We Cry Together." It's epic. It's really epic. And then the other songs, people call me cry. Yeah, so it's a dope album. We'll be listening to more of it, and then I'll be coming back with more interpretations to each of the songs that I feel like are really big. But I really like what he did with this album. For now, I feel like the thing with Kendrick Lamar is when it comes to his albums, you can never judge an album based on the first day that you hear it. It's like give it 3 months. I really remember when to Pimp a Butterfly when it came, I was super disappointed. I was up all night waiting for that album only to listen to what I thought was trash. But after 3 months of having it and letting it soak in, I finally appreciated it. Damn was different. Um, but yeah, for me, Good Kid, Mad City is like that. That was the introduction to Kendrick Lamar for me. So it's hard to reach those levels. But yeah, it's good to see his growth and his impact on culture. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction to the Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Moreau and the Big Steppers. I'll be seeing you in the next one.